Yo boys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. And I know in the last couple of days I've done some quite, I don't know, like negative videos looking back on shit, and I'm thinking, do I have to be this fucking negative? No, right, today we're doing a video about MMOs. If you followed me on Twitter or Facebook, you know I've talked about a lot of MMOs. I used to love World of Warcraft like when I was like 11 years old, like 6 or 7 years ago. This year looks like it could be the return of the MMO. It's been out of the limelight for quite a while, MMOs, due to just fucking shocking MMOs being released, like Skyforge. The Division was decent, then it kind of just ruined all the aspects of a massively multiplayer online game. You couldn't even see other people in the same area. You had to be in the dark zone, which was fucking shit. There's just basically just been that many shit MMO releases over the years. Lots of people have completely just been put off the MMO franchise, similar to what's happening with early access games at the minute. With Conan Exiles being such a buggy mess, it's putting lots of people off the idea of early access, which is why I did my last video. So as you can see in the background, we've got Skyforge playing. This was an MMO which basically set the franchise back fucking years. It was so fucking bad, like everything was instanced. You couldn't walk 10 feet forward without having to go through a fucking portal, or it's instanced. You can't see many people. It was like dead from launch. If you watch Angry Joe's review or The Lazy Peon, they basically tell you straight how it is. It has potential, but they've just squandered it all. It's like they went for a futuristic setting, then they go back for a medieval setting. It's like they can't pick a setting for the MMO. Whereas other MMOs like Defiance, straight future. World of Warcraft, it's like a medieval setting. And these just do not know where they want to stay. And with the release of these MMOs in the last couple of years, it's just set the franchise back so far that people don't trust the developers anymore. And with World of Warcraft being so old, they're looking for the new World of Warcraft killer, basically. Every single MMO that gets released is labelled the World of Warcraft killer, and no game has managed to dethrone it as of yet, which is sort of showing the MMO aged. World of Warcraft came out in 2004, and the fact that no devs or game developers have managed to create a game which can overthrow a 13-year-old game is quite worrying. But this year seems to have a lot of potential. Now then. Lots of you you'll have lots of mixed opinions on this game. Personally, I absolutely thought it was amazing when it came out. And then when I hit level cap within 3 days, I was thinking, really, this is what Ubisoft have got to offer in the MMO genre. And that is The Division. This game promised so much and delivered so little. It had a rocky launch, so many optimization issues. There was just so many issues. Like, there was an issue where people had to queue to see a vendor. Like, if you're from the UK, you'll notice there's queues a lot, and that is pretty much what it reminded you of. Every time you went into a safe zone, you were just queuing to buy weapons. There's just stupid bugs, and optimization on this game was absolutely fucking atrocious. It's really struggling on player base right now. I think it had it's like having less than 100,000 players a day, which is fucking atrocious for an MMO which came out last year. Again, it launched so promising and has failed to deliver a lot, and again it set the MMO genre back because people are just not trusting developers when they release games. Ubisoft had a fairly rocky relationship with its fanbase as it is, and after releasing this, I can't see it getting better anytime soon. They're also releasing Ghost Recon Wildlands, which looks like a very similar game, in a couple of weeks. Which, thinking, how many games do these dudes need to release in a year's base? Of released 6 Siege, this, and Ghost Recon Wildlands looks like another sort of MMO game. And enough with the negativity. They're two games which kind of set this franchise back so far. Let's get the good news. Let's look at some of the MMOs which are coming out this year and what are going to fucking hopefully reinvigorate this franchise. Not franchise, genre. I meant genre, okay?
Dumbass motherfucker.
Now what I've got on for you in the background is The Elder Scrolls new DLC, which is due to release, I think it's May or June. And it's Morrowind. If you've played Morrowind before, you'll feel really at home here, but with an MMO feel, which I can't wait for personally. Now, if you don't know what The Elder Scrolls Online is, it is a buy-to-play MMO, not pay-to-play. It used to be pay-to-play within the first 6 months, but it was such a buggy mess. I think they could launch pay-to-play now and it'd work fine, but they launched it. They put it pay-to-play at launch, and it was so buggy, the player count just dropped so much. Thank God they didn't go free-to-play, they went buy-to-play, which is my That's personally my favourite type of MMO. Once you've bought it, I don't think you should pay anymore. There is a subscription service which you can pay for. It gives you access to all the current DLCs until your membership expires, and I think it's plus 5% more XP, which isn't enough to call it like pay to win. It's just there if you want to add it. I do purchase it every couple of months. I've been through a period of not playing now, but since this trail's come out and I've looked at all the changes they've made, the game is fucking amazing. And with the bad taste all these previous MMOs have left in my mouth, 2016 was not a good year for MMOs in my opinion. Fucking shocking. But with lots of buy-to-play MMOs coming out this year, I think it is going to be an amazing year. The PvP in Elder Scrolls, I think, is unmatched in any MMO, like, ever. Hopefully Guild Wars 2 gets another expansion this year. It's been 2 years since their last expansion. I'd love to see that, see what they can offer to compete with Elder Scrolls Online, because Elder Scrolls Online seems to be storming away with the MMO market. The only MMO which has more players currently is World of Warcraft, and maybe Final Fantasy A Realm Reborn. That is also doing pretty well for itself. But I want you guys to let me know in the comments if you played any MMOs in 2016, if you played The Division, if you played Skyforge, and let me know what you guys thought of them. Played Skyforge for 10 minutes, couldn't push myself through the rest of it. Wildstar was another example of a shit MMO that left bad taste in people's mouths. I think that came out in 2014, it went free to play last year, and it's still struggling for the player base, and they're talking about shutting that down. So MMOs are they're really hard to keep around for a long time, and when you've seen World of Warcraft what's done so well for so long, hopefully, I'm praying to the MMO gods that this year Morrowind is going to sort of reinvigorate the MMO franchise, as well as Pantheon Rise. I think it's Pantheon Rise of the Fallen's coming out this year. It's meant to be, I'm not sure if it will. So Chronicles of Valeria, they also look very two good, promising MMOs. I think I did a list about 2 months ago of MMOs coming out this year, and they were near the top of my list. Obviously, I didn't know Morrowind was coming. This just came out of the blue from ZeniMax. Now, before all of you start moaning saying we want a new Elder Scrolls game like Skyrim, they're not the same fucking company. ZeniMax make Elder Scrolls Online, Bethesda make the single player games. So don't flood my comment section saying we don't want Elder Scrolls Online, we want a new Elder Scrolls. Stop it. I see it on every comment section when a new trailer comes out for MMO. People can't appreciate it and they're putting shit about Bethesda. Bethesda don't make the fucking game. They just own the license. Okay boys, just let me know what you think about MMOs, if you think they're going to be reinvigorated. Sorry, it's like a little, I'm happy but I'm sad at the same time. I hope they make a huge comeback in 2017. And that's really all I've got to say, boys. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you have not already, and my last 2 videos will be on screen now. Peace. Oh, there you go, June 6th.
Bye, have a beautiful time.